Some amazing pieces found from long, long ago. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Well, Chris and I met up with Drew back at that amazing old Colonial permission. Now, we've all been chomping at the bit to get back on that incredible old ground. And for me, there's nothing better than digging signals and recovering pieces of history that date all the way back to the very beginnings of our great country. Just metal detecting a site where an old log home once stood is a dream come true. But it gets even better when that exact original old log home still exists elsewhere on the property. Just getting to walk into the home where these people lived, the very people who lost the things that you're now finding, is just incredible. Well, this is the original log cabin that once sat at the stone line well down where I found the Spanish silver flat buttons. They moved it about a mile from there in the 1800s. That's pretty cool. They rebuilt this chimney with all handmade brick, and it has sat here ever since. So I'm going to take you inside and show you what it looks like in there. Basically it has a front door and 2 windows in the front and 1 door in the back, and that was it. So very cool. And this thing dates back to the late 1700s, and it's just a great piece, and I'm glad they've attempted to take care of it, because it's you just don't find them like this anymore. Well, I thought we'd go ahead and go in this place, and it's a little sketchy in there, but I think if I stay on the beams, I'll be okay. But
I'm gonna hold the fort down outside.
Yeah. So, as you can see, the floor seen better days. Paint can. Luckily, we have a vanity in this log home, but it is pretty awesome though. And there's the original fireplace. I mean, basically, it is one main room, but it's actually, like Chris was saying, it's pretty spacious. Very drafty. I'll tell you, it's amazing. But you can see the beams up there. It's very cool. And it's not too far from the road, easy access. But that is awesome. I have to watch where I'm walking, so if the camera gets a little screwy, that's why.
This dates to early 1800s, right?
At least
1700s?
late 1700s. They moved it here in the 1800s, and yeah, they would have had a loft area up here. Probably would have slept up there, and then this would have been the main room down here. So yeah, it is really something to see. You can see all the hand-hewn marks on the beams. Yeah, and a whole bunch of mud daubers live here too now, so. But they even rebuilt the chimney and everything after they moved up here, so someone was living in this place from the 1800s until quite a while. So just had to show it to you. It's a really cool place, and yeah, just got to watch where you step. Had to show you this too, because I found a couple of these out in the field. But look at that old latch, and it was very primitive, and it hooked on to this right here. So that's just, I'll tell you what, it was a different life living in a log cabin, but pretty darn amazing. Just being able to walk the very same floors that they once walked and gaze through the windows that they once looked through themselves over 200 years ago really makes every single find that much more special. And with every single recovery that you make, you gain another small glimpse into what their lives were like all those years ago. Well, we headed down to the original site where that old log home once stood, and as it turned out, it was also the site of their original blacksmith shop. Well, as soon as we put our coils on the ground, we started finding things right off the bat, including a few very unexpected and awesome things as well. Well, we are here bright and early, back on the Colonial site. That's Drew over there. And I've got Chris right on my left here. And I just got a 12 signal. I dug down. I figured it was going to be iron, but it's kind of cool, so I thought I'd show it to you. It looks like an old hinge. Kind of an unusual shape to it. But neat little find, and yeah, hopefully lots more goodies waiting to be found here. Well, this next one was giving me a real sharp 9 to an 11. And I thought, man, I need to dig this. And I went down and I got a pretty nice piece right here. Looks like a very old iron horse tack buckle. And pretty darn good shape too. So happy to see that. Well, Chris called me over.
I got something old.
Wow.
I think it's an ancient hatchet.
Wow.
It is so corroded, but you can see some of it coming through the square.
Yeah.
Very cool.
First I thought maybe a wedge, but I don't think so.
The way it tapers like that.
Very cool. Yeah. Nice early artifact, I'll tell you.
Solid 15.
Yep. A lot of big iron out here. I was getting a really sharp blip of a signal, and it was pretty much buried, but I saw the end right here, and then I picked it up, and look at this piece. That is really neat. Some kind of, I don't know, bracelet? How cool is that? That is really neat. And that was just under the dirt. We're in an area here where it washes out every time it rains. And there's pottery and all kinds of things, but isn't that a beautiful piece? So that is absolutely awesome. I'll tell you, we could not have asked for a better day to metal detect. Drew's still over there working it, and Chris called me over. We're gonna hit this area over here. We haven't really tried a whole lot.
It's at least 50 feet.
It's yeah, that's a good 5 acres.
Quarter mile.
But he did
kind of neat though.
Yeah, he got something.
It's not a tooth, but it's got a neat design, and it's got two parts on the back, so I'm thinking it went into wood, or
I'm thinking it might be another gun piece.
It might be.
It could very well be. Wouldn't that be something that was another brown bess piece or something?
Off the same one, it just scattered out.
Honestly, that's my best guess.
That's what I was thinking when I saw the back.
Yeah, these little mounting where they would have screwed into.
Yeah.
That's a killer piece, man.
Awesome.
Chris got something else here.
Not 100% on that one. Some kind of button or stud, or
yeah.
But it says extra best.
Well, those are the best.
Yes. Pretty neat.
Extra best. Yeah, it does. It does have that collar stud look, but probably thinking it's a snap. Well, we're hunting the side of this steep slope, and I gotta say the signals are few and far between. I dug an iron buckle right here, and I got another 11 signal, dug up another iron buckle, but I really hadn't found one in this shape before. I think it's pretty cool. So just thought I'd show you that one, and definitely an oldie. Just running along with the Gold 1 program and the small coil, and got a real nice 12 blip, and dug down, and pretty cool. I like this. Check it out. That is a very old pair of scissors, or half a pair of scissors I should say, but yeah, that's awesome. It definitely has quite a bit of age to it. Well, Chris is staring intently at his soil.
It's something very thin and round. I'm guessing flat button, but
Hey, that'll be the first one today. Yep.
oh yeah. See if it's got nope broken shank.
Yeah, very nice though. It's got a back mark.
I'm not seeing anything. Might be an oldie
Very cool.
or older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Very cool. Well, it's good to see one of these come up. First one today. And looks to be a plain one, but we will definitely take it.
Oh, look, there was
Mother. Oh, that's
well,
an oyster shell.
Oyster shell. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
They were chowing down.
Well, we were just kind of meeting up and taking a little breather here, but Drew found something interesting there. No, that's what I call a wrench, man. That's pretty wild. I would say a wrench to some of the farm equipment, I would imagine.
This must have came out. Maybe it was a three-way.
Yeah.
It's an eyeball find just laying on the ground.
That's an oldie. Well, Chris called me over.
Look
Oh,
at that
yeah.
thing. A cool design on it. It's a suspender buckle.
Yep.
Very neat.
Yeah, that is awesome. I always like it when you find one with a nice design on it.
I went wide on that one. There's a wild-looking rock in there too.
I've seen a few of those out here.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know, some kind of sedimentary rock, but
Yeah.
very cool. Well, this one was giving me a real high iron blip, and hopefully it's going to bring me some good luck. I got a whole one this time. Well, Chris and Drew are working this area over here where the original log home was, and there's a stone line well over there as well. And we also know that they had a stagecoach stop, a tavern, and a blacksmith shop, and I believe that this, you can see it's kind of a recessed area here. I believe this is where the blacksmith shop was, because I am finding all that hand forged iron stuff here. Horseshoes and hinges and all kinds of things. And so this is probably where the blacksmith shop sat, down below here. And I got a 12 and another piece of hand forged iron. So cool stuff. And this is where I got the 1760 Spanish silver, 1 real, a couple episodes ago. And we've gotten a bunch of nice flat buttons and pretty cool stuff here. So I'm just working my way through this. But you just really have to love it when the finds match up with the research. And it's definitely rewarding. Well, this one was giving me a 1314, and it was right on the edge of this big rock. I actually had to pry the rock up because I saw the edge of it. And what the heck, after all that work, I figured I'd show you what I got. I got a big old cast iron serving spoon bowl. Well, that beats the heck out of some random iron metal, but I'll check the hole and keep on going. Well, this one was giving me a nice strong 13 signal, and about 4 inches down I got a nice dropped pistol ball. So very cool little black powder gun pistol ball. So another piece from the time of this early house. Well, Chris said he got something interesting.
Kind of unfolded it a bit.
Oh yeah.
It's a suspender. What would you call it? A buckle cover?
No, it's actually
because there's no.
Yeah, it's a piece that it's a hanger.
Yeah,
it's part of the suspender buckle.
It's got that like floral design on it.
Oh, that's
Those
cool.
are cool.
Yeah, let me get a closer look at this. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. That'll clean up nice, and yeah, another nice old piece. I'll tell you, it's signals are everywhere. I'll tell you what, Drew found something really cool. Look at that keyhole cover. Boy, now if you just find the key,
yeah,
that is one heck of a skeleton key.
It is.
Dude, that's a great find. I love that. Well, Chris yelled out that he got a pretty interesting piece of brass.
It looks like there's lines coming down.
Oh yeah, it's got a border on it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, every time we see a piece like this now, we're like, is that a piece to a musket?
A gun part, or yeah, like the back strap or something, but
yeah,
that's pretty neat, whatever it was. It does look like there was a hole.
Yeah.
A little off center, but
I'll get it cleaned up and now see if I can find a match and we'll do a little research.
yeah.
Well, Chris keeps popping the stuff.
Yep.
Let's see.
I think it's an overall.
Ah, shoot. Does it have a design?
Bluebell.
Oh, hey, I found a couple of those.
That is a big old bell on there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yep, I found a few of those before.
Yeah.
I have not found that variety before. That's a really cool one. Well, Chris got a jamming high signal, high tone, and oh yeah.
It's been rare out here today.
Kind of knob or?
It's old.
Yeah,
and green.
Wow.
It's kind of no.
Kind of a finial or something. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Wow. Yeah, some kind of finial or knob.
Yeah.
Very cool piece. Get that cleaned up. Boy, I don't know, we've been back and forth over here and it just shows you.
Never know.
Yeah, you can just miss it with one swing. So, right in this area I've been digging a whole lot of iron, hinges and all kinds of stuff. Got a 12 over here, dug up this big piece of iron. Right next to it, got another 12, but not iron this time. I called Chris over because I was like, man, I don't know what this is. But that's how I saw it. It's pretty darn cool, so let's pull it out. I don't know if it's like a part of something.
It does look like a flower in the middle, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely fancy.
Wow.
Trying to get a good angle here, but That is an odd piece, I have to say. I don't know. It looks like it broke off from a larger portion, but
A watering can.
I don't know what. It is very cool and very old, so I'll get it cleaned up and we'll get a better look at it. But hey, and dig it all. Every once in a while you get a pretty cool surprise. You know, initially I really didn't think much about that piece that I'd found. I just thought it was a portion of something much larger that had broken off. But wow, when I got back home and cleaned it up, I was totally amazed. And I am so thrilled that I was able to find such a beautiful early American brooch. I have to tell you, that place is just incredible. And here's another look at all the pieces of history that we were able to save in this episode. Well, if you're like me, you can't get enough of history and old amazing photos. And I have more of just that coming up in a few seconds. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.